Well, sounds like you can hear me really well. What up? Welcome back to the Hype Mind. I'm one of your hosts, Baron.
Come on. Yeah. And I'm
He's
Daniel.
the other
Let's
one,
go.
Daniel.
Let's go.
We're
We're
talking
talking about
about
heartbreak.
heartbreak because let's break some hearts, baby. Just kidding. Why do you want to talk about that?
Oh, I just think it's great. I mean, just things I've seen. Great topic to cover. I think it's a beautiful thing. To be heartbroken is a beautiful thing. Like, why would you want, even though people complain about it, right? Why would you want to, break up with somebody and like, not feel that you miss them, not feel like you care about them, and like that's cool. And that
Well,
means
that
you cared.
subject.
That means it meant
That's a
something.
good subject.
What was that called?
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, it brings a couple of things to mind for me. I mean, the first one is there's all these emotions people try to not feel. Heartbreak's one of them. Uh-oh, my internet connection is unstable. Hold on. Let
I'm
me stabilize my internet connection.
okay. You stabilize it. Yeah. But yeah. Oh,
I don't
there's
know
two
what
points I was gonna cover. I mean, one was too. I was just having a conversation with this dude, and he was telling me about he was going through some heartbreak. This woman he wanted to marry broke up with him, and he was like, "Yeah, it took me a few months to get over." And I was like, "Dude, like you let that
you know
take a couple months. You let that take as much
of
time
life
and
you need.
interfere with your life like that." That too. But yeah,
I have
like
no idea.
feel
Just
it,
froze.
like you'll experience it, but don't also let it control you. All right, dude, I think once you touched your internet, it got worse or fiddled with it. So now you're frozen. Everybody, Andrew's frozen. But you know what they say, the show must go on. Oh, maybe he's back. But anyways, I think that's a beautiful thing to be heartbroken, to feel nothing after a breakup or after caring about someone, and then even if you decide, oh, we're gonna part ways, right? To feel nothing after that is I think it's crazy. It's like you didn't really care about each other, weren't really in love, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And another thing too is like I don't know if Andrew's gone. He's gone. Maybe he'll come back. There he is. But let me continue here. I think I don't know if this is the same. I don't want to mention that. I want Andrew to be on this for this part.
I can hear you.
All right.
I'm
Yeah, you're
the
good.
only one freezing is you for some reason. So I don't know. How's it now?
It's great.
Good.
Crystal
I
clear.
swear I've been here in spirit this whole time.
You have
Let me
been.
shut down some things in the background.
Anyways, Andrew's back, so let's continue. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
tell you about this, Andrew.
what I
All
was
right.
saying.
All
Oh,
right.
go ahead.
Let me give you the mic because you've been gone for like a little bit.
Forever.
Yes. What it
Yeah.
felt like forever. So I just shared a little bit, and now you share.
Well, I was saying two things come to mind. I don't know if you heard that or if I started freezing up, but
No, yeah, I heard
two things
nothing.
come to mind for me is the everybody wants to like experience life. I want to live. I want to live. I really want to live. I hate this, 9 to 5 working, shitty friends, all this stuff. Like I want to live, right? That's part of life. Feeling pain, feeling hurt, feeling sorrow, feeling heartbreak is part of living. If you don't experience the the downer emotions, the negative emotions, then you're not really living.
Yeah, that you're
Right?
not gonna
To
experience
have
the positive
live
emotions either.
is to
Yes.
experience all of it, right? Is to
Yeah.
experience joy and sorrow. It's to experience love and heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
The other thought, I think you were touching on this, is heartbreak's a choice. Heartbreak is like being hurt. Hurt is a choice. Nobody can hurt you if you don't let them. And what people typically do with that is they run, they avoid it, right? They're like, okay, not experiencing hurt is a choice. So I'm going to choose no means, right? What that means is I'm going to experience something that might typically hurt me. Uh-oh, my internet connection is
You're still
unstable.
good. I'm
And I'm going to
hearing you.
like breathe into that. I'm going to like be like, okay, say the things that used to hurt me because I'm not afraid of them. I realize that this isn't about me. This isn't about, like when people are like, I'm angry at you. Oh my gosh, they're angry at me. Something I said was no, no, it's not about you. The anger is not about you. It's the them problem, right? So you can't really be hurt if you're open to hearing all the criticism others might say or all the blame. You can't really be heartbroken if you're open to experiencing other people's realities and perceptions. If you do that with an open mind, then you realize it's just their point of view. It's nothing about you personally.
Yeah, as long once you start feeling insecure about those things that happen to you or fearing it, it like seems to magnify the amount of pain you feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's something you just touched on.
And people, when I look back, even when I was experiencing heartbreak, there was still a part of me that was like happy to be there because I was like, I'm heartbroken, like you said in the beginning, because I did love, because I was vulnerable, because I did put myself out there. I showed who I was. And I was like, wow, that was great. That was fucking awesome. I wouldn't be experiencing heartbreak if I hadn't done something that felt really, really good. And like, yeah, it didn't work for them, but who cares? Just the act of being completely open and completely honest about who you are feels so great. I think most people know that. That's why a lot of people can look back and they're like, I really loved that relationship. It was awesome. Even though I feel, a sad emotion, a negative emotion, they can look back and result, yeah, you might feel heartbroken right now, but there's still a part of you that was like that's still grateful for it. Wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here to
Me
testify
too.
for that because
Oh, I absolutely can.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't think anybody would consider that I ever been through like real heartbreak. I feel like I kind of experienced that motion, but not. But pe people say maybe not to the extent. I mean, I have just like the typical, oh, I was in love and then she changed her mind. I've broken hearts,
Yeah.
that's for sure, and that's hard.
Uh-oh.
That
Did
is
I
difficult
freeze?
too. No,
Oh
you're
my
still here.
gosh.
You're like in
It's
and out,
killing me.
but but yeah, I definitely still have the emotion of or that feeling of heartbreak. I guess that someone's not just not as into me as I'm into them, and that's that. But like,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this too because I thought this was just fascinating when we brought it up. It might have been yesterday we were talking, and or no, it was not. It was another day that we were talking, and it's just funny to see this in men. I don't know if this is what it's like with women, but even as a man, when you break up with your girlfriend or your girlfriends, right? Um, looking back, like there's a portion of you that still cares. Like it's not forget about you. I don't care about you anymore. It's like even if they weren't what you liked in the end, you still care about them.
You can still send them off wishing them
Oh,
well.
yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing. It's
Yeah.
it's hard to see, and it's hard to I imagine be painful to be in a place where you resent the other person, where you wish someone poorly. But I just think it's a beautiful thing. What's funny is I always feel like it's not right when I call my old girlfriends that I broke up with, ex-girlfriends, because that sounds negative, right? They were old girlfriends. These are girls that I used to care about, that I used to love. Yeah, obviously I'm not with them now. Obviously I don't care about them like I did now. But because I did in the past, like that still means something today. And I just think it's cool. Like I wish them well. That's
Yeah.
it. And I like being able to wish them well and just caring. It's cool and it's heartbreaking, like, looking at the past and going through some things, and it was hard for them, it was hard for you, but it's like that made the whole experience like complete and enjoyable because you actually were in there caring about each other.
Well, and I could say that same. Like even if it was like a girl who walked away from me, feel the same way. Like I know I could probably name at least one girl out there, might even be watching this, wouldn't be surprised, right? Probably still stalks my stuff. I have no interest in talking to her anymore. None at all. None at all. Never want to talk to her again. But you know what I do want? Want her to have a great life. Wouldn't I wouldn't take that away from her. Wouldn't if someone gave me the power to, wouldn't do it. And you're like, I can't imagine people who wouldn't feel that way. And I think there actually are a lot of people who feel that way, especially men who feel very rejected. Um, I know plenty of women who feel that way too. But the point is, I think anybody who feels that way, where they couldn't wish well upon someone that they've parted ways with, are people really who just don't know how to wish well upon themselves. Um, and that's it's very normal. It's we as humans, it's very easy for us to not feel valuable when we've been taught that value comes from outside of ourselves. So naturally, if it comes from outside of ourselves, we don't know how to give it to ourselves because we don't think it comes from us. And so I think there's a lot of people who don't feel valued. They don't value themselves, and so they absolutely couldn't wish well upon someone else because they don't know how to wish well upon themselves and mean it from a place of deep, deep, heartfelt love for themselves or anybody else. But
Right.
I,
Yeah.
so it is unfortunately very imaginable for me, but
Yeah.
you
I
know,
feel like that's when heartbreak would,
hit hardest.
yeah,
Absolutely.
oh, yeah.
Yep. That well, and that's why I don't think it hits me very hard. It's like people could come at me. My sister kind of did. She was like, "Well, you just broke up with your girlfriend not that long ago. Like, you don't seem very affected by it." I'm like, I'm so grateful for what I had. Like, if life wanted us to split ways right now, fine. That's fine. I appreciate the times we had. I wish the absolute best to her. I wish the absolute best to myself, and so be it. Like I can't even say I'm heartbroken. I could
Yeah.
definitely say I experience what people would call negative feelings. Sure, there's stuff I miss, but like heartbroken? No. My life is full of abundance. And if that one girl doesn't want to be a part of my life, my abundant life, that's okay. May she find it somewhere else. Absolutely. May she find it in herself.
You know what I thought of when you were just explaining that, talking about it, is that it just appeared to me like a mature kind of relationship without dependency.
Well, now you're flattering me.
No, it's
Well,
sure,
and
I'll flatter you.
I can
I'll
speak to
flatter
that
you.
too.
No,
I
that's
think
fine.
I
But it was
think
like,
codependent people will experience heartbreak, right? Just like people who don't know how to value themselves will experience heartbreak, people with dependency will experience that. And heartbreak is probably a sign that you are to some extent dependent. And like, yeah, I lived that way in my past too. I was way more dependent in my past relationships because that's what I knew. That's what I had grown up learning. Like I completely love that old me who was dependent. Completely accept him. That's who he was. He didn't know any better. He'd been raised that way. That's the reality for a lot of people, and it leads them. to feeling very heartbroken, right? Instead of living in joy that they had a great relationship for whatever X amount of time.
Yeah. And that's something I'd touch on. If you feel like that, your breakups are hard. Like you and and I find this unfortunate that men will go for a period of time, months, and they'll just decline in every area of their life. They'll just stop caring about things, stop taking care of themselves, stop doing things they want. Um, it's like, well, look at where you might be dependent and and focus on that and like
Yeah. Yeah,
see how to improve that because I
it is a
don't want that
shame.
for anybody to break up and then to just go through months of like misery
Right.
and especially just wasting time. I love the idea of feeling it. I love the idea of caring about somebody and missing someone. That's freaking awesome. That's very cool. But like just letting it waste your time, no. I,
I would say if you're if you feel heartbroken, if you believe you're heartbroken, if you're experiencing heartbreak, feel it deeply. Let yourself be it. Fine. Lean into it. Fall into it like a pool. Like like just straight up. What do they call it? Belly flop into that pool of heartbreak. Fine. Be that way. Let yourself accept this state of being. Like, don't reject it. Don't deny it. Don't fight it. Don't run from it. You might even feel heartbroken in a relationship. That's totally plausible too. Great. Feel it because that's part of life. That's an aspect of life. And then again, the choosing thing just is you don't you get to choose how you feel, right? Your thoughts dictate your emotions. So if you are experiencing an emotion, it's because you're experiencing some thinking, and that thinking might suck. So but you get to choose ultimately. So if you're experiencing heartbreak and you don't want to choose heartbreak, don't run from it, accept it. Wow, right now I feel heartbroken, but be like, you know what? I don't want to feel heartbroken. I want to feel, what do I want to feel? I want to feel free. I want to feel grateful. I want to feel happy, right? Good. Choose those things. You get to choose to feel those things. So then you find something to be happy about. I am so happy I dated the like sexiest dude in the world or the most beautiful woman in the world, or I am so happy that my last girlfriend had brown eyes and that was my favorite color. Like, pick something. Just pick something because there's a thought. It's going to lead to a feeling. It's going to lead to an experience. So let's
cool,
wrap
dude.
this up.
Yeah, we'll do that. No, no, no. I just gotta add some more to that.
No, 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 I'm just kidding.
Because it's like, no, it's something you shared too. But no, it's like you put a reason to it, you focus on it in a different way. You have that heartbreak, but you say, you know, I this heartbreak is worth it because I'm someone who cares, right? This
Yeah.
heartbreak's worth it. Like I want to experience this because I cared about that person. That's it.
And
And
if you
and it could
go ahead.
be, yeah, it could be I guess I don't know how better to say this, but I just want to say what you said. You texted me a while ago, which was cool, which was a quote from The Way of the Spirit Man, which just said love achingly.
David Dita,
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah,
David Dita, drop a
that's
like.
freaking awesome. Love achingly.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Love achingly. Right. Exactly.
And there's some
Ah,
intention
so
behind that,
beautiful.
It's like, yeah, this is because you care.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
not this is not just don't let it just be your emotions just playing with you. Like
I
have intention to it.
I have been so in love that it hurt and so heartbroken that it hurt. And I wouldn't undo either of those. I mean that. But at any rate, if you were watching this, we're about to drop another episode of Happy Hour. So you're going to want to check that out next. It's freaking awesome. Make sure you hit subscribe if you've actually watched any of our Happy Hour episodes. They're pretty freaking funny. We're just nonchalantly not talking about anything serious and having fun. And because I know you enjoyed some part of this video, please hit like and please subscribe. It helps so much, and we appreciate your help way, way more than I can express. Catch you next time.
Do it now.
Yes. Click.
All right, guys. See you in the future.
Ciao.